Now we review The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. By talent, do you mean my junk? I mean, yes, it's very heavy. It's a very heavy junk. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so I know this review is on the late side, but I have seen the latest Nicolas Cage film, The Unbearable Weight of Colossal Talent, which features Cage, things rhyme. I have been drinking. Playing himself in a fictionalized role. He's down, he's not out, but he's very close to it, and he needs money, badly. He is going to be kicked out, and he's having trouble with his family, and there just happens to be a gig for him to go to the birthday party of a rich weirdo who, the guy's going to pay him $1 million to show up at my birthday party and hang out with me. And, those sorts of things. So, Cage in this is playing an insane schizophrenic character who often has visions of himself, particularly his younger self, showing up and talking to him. And this is all something that's established before we meet the secondary character that runs this. Before I go any further, of course, let me, of course, remind you that for every 1,000 subscribers I get, I do purchase one of these bracelets from the company 4Ocean, and 4Ocean pulls a pound of trash out of the ocean for me every time I do that. Now, Cage goes to see Rich Weirdo. It turns out that, I think this was in the trailers, that the government is also interested in Rich Weirdo, and they're hoping to use Cage to find out some information. Now, here's the thing about this movie. Nicolas Cage is known for not just chewing the scenery, but absolutely devouring it. Cage is a world-class actor. He's incredible in many of the things he's done, but many of the things he's done have not been incredible. I mean, I honestly enjoyed his performance in every movie I've seen him in. This is probably my least favorite. But because the character he's playing opposite to is obsessed with him, there are constant references to better movies. So, hey, wouldn't you rather be watching The Rock? The Rock was awesome! This is pretty good, but The Rock was awesome! We should go watch The Rock! Oh, and you remember that time? That time that Nicolas Cage played the Secret Service agent? Yeah, that was awesome! I didn't even remember that was him! And do you remember the movie he was in with the 2 golden guns? Yeah! I think that was Face Off, wasn't it? I am Castor Troy! So here is a movie constantly reminding you about, one, Nicolas Cage not being the hero we all think he is, and 2, there being so many better Nicolas Cage movies in this world. In fact, I think that what is going to happen when you watch this movie is you're going to see, hey, I remember all those really good Nicolas Cage movies. Why don't I go rent or steal them? And Nicolas Cage is hoping that you're going to go rent enough of those movies for his residuals to come in and for him to make more money. That's what I think this is about. Now, is this a bad movie? No, it's not a bad movie. It's kind of a buddy movie. It's kind of a drug movie. It's kind of a mental health movie. It's a lot of various things that are kind of squished together. And it's like, did we really need Nicolas Cage talking to himself? I don't know. If I could re-edit the movie and watch it again and see if test audiences would like that better, I would. Right? Again, this is not a blockbuster film, so there wasn't like a whole bunch of boobs in it, or there wasn't a lot of gore, and it's only the latter half of the film that is action-y, and there are even a few scenes that kind of remind me of Dumb and Dumber. But, yeah. Once again, this movie is one you can put rather low on your watch list. You're not missing anything. It's not a particularly good film. It's not a particularly bad film, but it's certainly in that enjoyable category. But I mean, it's not a film that I would rush out and see. You don't need to see this in theaters. It's not particularly interesting. This is the film, I mean, it's right along that border to watch only if you're bored. If this were a no-name actor and not Cage, it probably would be a watch only if you're bored. But it's Nick Cage. And I mean, I've never seen a Nick Cage movie that didn't entertain me. So yes, put this on your watch list. Way down on your watch list, but on your watch list nonetheless. In fact, if you were to watch every Nicolas Cage movie that I've ever seen, if you put me in a room with one of those DVDs and said, with every one of those DVDs, you said, you're not leaving until you watch all of these, this would probably be the last one I watch. Okay, that's just my opinion though, and I'd love to hear yours. Down in the comments below. I'm Richard, and Face Off was awesome!
Alright, humans. Randall the Rat here, and you can see I'm sporting some bling. I'm reminding you to comment, like, and subscribe so that Richard, the man that owns this channel, can buy this bling. And why would you do that? Because each one of these necklaces is from the Conqueror. And they represent 5 trees. 5 glorious trees that are full of birds and worms and other things that I love to eat. That Richard has paid to have planted. Yes, that's right. He walks, he buys these, they plant trees. So all you have to do is comment, like, and subscribe so Richard can afford to go places where he walks, where he can get medals like this and plant trees, and you could have a better, greener world. Isn't that worth it? So, lazy human on that computer, comment, like, and subscribe. Better world for you, better world for me, and maybe I won't eat your face! Randall out.